Just Like That is about candid conversations with minds on things that matter. Hey, Harlina, welcome to Just Like That.
Very happy to be here with you on the first day of this brilliant new year 2021, Sahil. Looking forward to it.
Right. And in fact, the last couple of days as we were winding up 2020, a year that everyone wanted to erase from their lives,
Yeah.
I was just thinking, and I was thinking that, McKinsey coined this term called the new normal. Many of us as practitioners going on platforms, we started talking about the next normal. And I coined my definition of saying, as we get into 2021, let's welcome the neo normal, which is effectively not going back to January, February 2020 in the absolute sense, not just being completely locked down, but finding the balance between the old and the new, and therefore the neo normal. And I think so, Harlina, what we've really seen in these last couple of months is that relationships and self-care have actually taken center stage. The whole concept of holistic well-being has taken center stage. And you have been doing a lot of work in this space over the long time now. So maybe you want to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and how has the journey been for you, even before the lockdown and more so in the lockdown.
Yes, happy to, Sahil. And I must admit that when I named my company Believe in Yourself 3 years ago, who knew? Who knew that one, I will be the one who will need it the most, given the year that it has been, and the entire world as well. There has been no time like 2020 to really get everyone to believe in themselves. And as a corollary to that, answering the question that you asked me, it has been a self discovery of sorts, Sahil, saying, I need to come first. I am important. Only when the cup is full can I pour it for others. In fact, all of us need to give from our overfill instead of trying to empty our cup all the time. Interestingly, from a corporate, if I just wear a corporate hat and give you a perspective, it kind of took me by a surprise. A year ago, when we would go to companies, people would talk about saying, oh, can you coach our leaders on growth, on productivity, on future skills, and stuff like that. And now it's completely reversed. The conversation is, can you help our leaders anchor themselves better? Can you help them gain emotional mastery? Can you work with them to kind of give them a stronger connect to their being? Because doing is easy. The how is easy. It's only the what within which is important. So yes, like I said, it's been a learning for me myself, hugely so. And also, this is what I see in the ecosystem around me. So self-care is number one.
Sure. In fact, it's so nice the way you put it to say earlier, it was like the whole supply chain of liquid. Water would keep flowing into your cup and you would keep pouring it to places or people that needed it. But now the focus also is to ensure that you need to ensure that your own cup is also full, because if you want to keep depleting your own cup and think pouring water everywhere else, and water being an analogy for various other things, are you really going to do justice or do it as well as when your own cup is full? So fantastic. Great. Very nice.
Roger that.
What else has been happening from the whole anchorage of growth to anchorage of self?
So lots of journeys within Sahel, lots of long, deep, at times also disturbing journeys within. It's a very different thing to talk about purpose from wearing a company or a co-founder CEO hat or an employee hat. It's very different to say this is the meaning of my company, but when all of that extrapolates to you as an individual, the discoveries are very, very different. So, and there's this quote that I saw going around when the pandemic kind of, hit us really hard, that when you can't go outside, you must go inside. I think perhaps by Rumi. And it meant more sense to me today than it has ever made any time at all. So my 2 or 3 learnings. One, we must take time out for reflections. We have to do that justice to ourselves. Time for reflections, introspect, strengthen our being, the word that I used earlier. Doing is easy. For all of us, we've mastered the art of execution and bias for action. That's one. The second, vulnerability. Be vulnerable and be able to call up people and say, you know what, this is going on in my life, and I needed a voice on the other side. I needed somebody just to step up for me. I needed someone to be able to, replete me of my energy drains. Second, learning. And the third, and that has truly helped me given the kind of a person I am, is that strong networks and networking is more important than never before. Because it's in times like these that networks, inner circle, then the outer circle, and the outer circle really should be leveraged. If not now, then when? And that has helped me good
No,
still.
no, absolutely. I think this has been a really trying and testing time for a lot of companies that have put up values on their boards, on their walls, to really living those values in the truest sense of the word, right?
Correct.
And the manner in which this has happened, a lot of people have also gone on their journeys of self-doubt, on wondering that when they've lost their jobs, is it because of them or is it because of the situation? And I think the work that your company and you are doing, which is essentially believe in yourself, is ever more important as compared to yesteryears. So, Harlina, thanks so much for joining us on Just Like That. And I wish you and everyone that you work with all the very best.
Thank you. Happy to have been here with you today.